Hi guys, Joji here. As promised, I will be showing with you how I did my I-485, Form I-485. So, let's get started. Uh, so in here, you can see for USCIS only, so don't do anything. Again, make sure when it expires. Now, I filled it right now, or this year is 2018. It's October 12th, 2018. So that's why I need to have a form that does not expire or that expires this year. So yeah, so make sure if you're filing, like I know the ones that will be looking at this video will be those that will be filing later than myself. So if you're filing 2019 or 2020, make sure your expiry date here is I mean, it's not expired yet, okay? So to be completed, okay, this section is to be completed by attorney. I did not do an attorney. We did for my I-29F, but I really convinced my husband we don't need to do it. But he does not have any, well, I totally understand him. Don't want to make sure, so this time I finally convinced him, plus we can make use of the money. So start here, type or print in black ink, so you can type them or you can write them. Now I will show you later, there are some parts where I wrote it, some parts that it's typewritten. So information about you, your family name, given name, and middle name. Now, when I was single, this is my last name. Now, because I'm married, I am already carrying or using my husband's last name. So that's why. Now, this is now other names that you have used since birth. Now, that includes other legal names. So that's why this is my last name or family name. This was when I was single, and then my middle name was in here. Now there's a number over there. Don't forget to write your alien number. Like I said, alien number can be seen on your notification of action 2 form I-797. There's a number and then 6 digits or 6 numbers. So date of birth, and then city or town. Now sometimes it's very confusing because here in the United States, they only have states, they only have city, and then the street numbers. But in the Philippines, we have barangays, and then we have the street name, and then there's a lot. But you only have to put city or town of birth. Now this is the town. This doesn't have the barangay yet because our towns has a lot of barangays. And barangays has a lot of other sections. We call it purok, or is it purok or sitio? It's very confusing. But this is just what I wrote here because this is what I can see in my check your what do you call this? Your passport. It's in there. So this is what I did. Zamboanga del Norte. This is the province, and this is the city. So information about you, Philippines, your alien number, and because I don't have USCIS account number, I think you can get this if you have applied online or something like that, but I don't, so that's why I put none there. Now US mailing address, in care of, this is only if you are not living in that same address. Like you want somebody else or somebody else is receiving for you. But since I did, you can just leave it blank. And then street numbers, okay, and then zip code. And then alternate, so another, if that won't work, so there's another one if you have. Alrighty, so now let's move on to the recent immigration history. So you have to provide information. Some of the information you will get it from your I-94 document. So your passport number, And then this one is your like travel number, and I don't have, so I only use my passport number. And then expiration date, and then the non-immigrant visa. You can get this, the red one on your visa page, the K1 visa page, the red number. That's the number. And then those information. So this one here. Why did I write it using my print it, not typewrite it? It's because there's no, like, I can't. When the cursor is there, I cannot type. So I just wrote it in there. And then your form I-94. This is your number. It's in your I-94 form. And expiration. So that's the answer. And then don't forget your alien number over there. What is part 1 information continuation information about you? That are the answers. Okay. Now part 2 is, you can check any of these if it applies to you, but this is the only one that applies to me, so I check that one. Sometimes if it does not apply to you, you put NA or none. It's very important to do that, or leave them blank. So information about your immigration category, receipt number, so I just put NA here. And then additional information about you. Have you ever applied? No. So they don't apply. Now address history, my current address I put here. Again, in this page there's another A number, and this is 18 pages. Each page has alien number, and again I just wrote them here because I cannot type it. There's no, I don't know how to do that. I tried PDF and all others, so I also researched how to do it, and then some of the comments are, why don't you just write it? Why do you have to do the hassle of figuring out why you cannot typewrite it in there? Okay, and including that, so present. This is my physical address in Davao in the Philippines, and this, I have been in here for 10 years. No, not 10 years, 8 years. And the ones required is like five recent years. So I only have 2 addresses. So this is if there's another one. And then if you have lived in a lot of places in the last 5 years and you need extra paper, you really need to do that as well. Employment history, I had at least 3 employments in the last 5 years. So I put them here, including their address, information, their addresses, and then your position, and that one too, and then position, and then okay, and then information about your parents. Of course, I'm sure you know that. My parents don't have any other. My dad has been using this one since, and then that's his address. But my mom has used a different name since she got married, so you also have to put the birth name here. And then, so information about your marital history, of course, married. How many times? Once. And then your husband, and then when did you get married, and then his information, and then information about your prior marriage. I don't have any, so I just put NA and then blank. And then marital history, information about your children. We have none. My husband didn't have as well, so none. Biographic information. So your height, your weight, your eye color, hair color. Have you ever been a member of or involved in any organization, foundation, part? No. And then just NA. Some of these questions in here, okay, the following questions are all security questions. Now, click yes if it applies, and no if it does not. Now, it does not to me, so I just, and this is like 14 to 80B, so there's just a lot of questions, but I already read this, so I just click no on every single thing. So just no, 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 no. Most are security questions. Like, have you been a member or have you involved in any military activities or prostitutions, or have you ever given money for the sake of this and that? So, and then, so in here, you just put applicant statement, contact information, declaration, certification, and signature. Now, this is about myself. If I did it myself, and I did. And then my information, and then don't forget to sign. And then if you did with an if you did have an interpreter, you also put interpreter there. And interpreter's information and everything. And then certification, or if you have a lawyer, this is where the lawyer comes in. And then that's it. So if you have additional information, you just put here, but I don't, so that's blank. Okay, now I just had the review on my application, if I did it correctly or not. And I think I did, so I'm gonna put it inside now. So thanks guys. If you have questions, again, I am not an expert. I'm just gonna be, and if you have questions, write it down. I'm gonna answer you based on my experiences. And thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps. God bless. Bye.